Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Crew O'Brien, Crew O'Brien Fishing. Just a update on the Smith Lake Bassmaster Central Open, the first of the month here in October. Um, it was a very tough tournament for everybody. Um, it was in that transition time of the year where the fish were, either coming or going. The weather had a lot of things to do with how it fished and everything. A lake I've never been to. I know it's a very deep, clear lake, noted for spots, but I'm not very good at fishing for spots. I'm just strictly like a largemouth fisherman, fishing shallow and trying to figure out where they're at and stuff. So practice days, I went up to the river. The river system is not a very great river system where some are like real long and has plenty of depth in it. This one ended so far with depth, and then it kind of went into these holes that you had to fish, and I was way up fishing in the holes. Caught some fish up there, but they were kind of far in between. I caught them up there on a chatterbait and a popper and practice day on one of the days, and then I kind of went downstream some of the river and fished down around there and caught a few nice, big spots on a pencil popper. But every day when I went to the river, I crossed over this creek and I kind of looked at it from the road and it looked so good, had a lot of wood cover down there. So one of the practice days, I ended up running up there for half the day to check it out. And I didn't know how long it was going to take me. On the map it looks like it goes forever. So I finally got up there, and on that day, I got to an area up there where it had a lot of channel bends, and on the channel bends it had rocks, wood, stumps. I mean, it was just ideal. Then it, turns into these little mud flats that had wood on it and stuff. And so I was pitching a Bass Reaper hedgehog, and as I was reeling it in, I had a 3-pounder come up and grab it. So it kind of told me it wanted to, they wanted a moving bait. So I picked up a Stanley Wedge half-ounce spinnerbait with the Sinister Shad trailer on the back. Been catching a lot of fish since spring till now on this rig right here. I was using it on a Cast King 7'3" Royal Select rod and a Cast King Bassinator reel with Cast King line. So what I would do is I would throw that spinnerbait up there on those rocks, and then I would kind of like slow roll it, and as soon as it dropped off them rocks and went out of sight, they would slam it. I think at first bend I stopped on, I caught 5 in a row, and then I was kind of like, wow, this could be it. So as I moved up to every little spot like it, I caught fish in every bend. So I knew that's where I wanted to go. But the problem we had was there was weather change conditions, and Monday and Wednesday we had a lot of rain, especially Wednesday. I mean, a lot of the creeks we went over going to the meeting, they were blown out, running red, orangish mud. And I was thinking, what's my creek gonna look like? Well, I didn't have no choice. So I ran from the dam all the way up to this creek. It took me 35 minutes to get there. So the problem we had too was we had a fog delay for 2 hours, and I had to be back in at 2:30. So my running time, and by the time we did all that, I only had 3 hours to fish. So the problem I had was once I got up there, it wasn't that the color of the water was blown out and stuff, it was the current. I had a hard time staying up there fishing that current because it was just rolling. And so I had to back way out to where there was a little less current and figure out how they were set up, But I managed to catch 2 the first day, and my partner caught 2 the first day. And I did catch them on that Stanley Wedge spinnerbait. Now the second day, I ran all the way up there. I had a longer day, caught 4. I caught some on the spinnerbait again, and then I caught 2 nice fish on a Bass Reaper Lash finesse worm on a shaky head 3/16. And I was using it on a Paragee 2 Cast King spinning pole with the Cast King Valiant Eagle spinning reel with 10-pound line, Cast King 10-pound line. So I had the hardest time catching my 5th fish, and I never did catch it. I caught short ones. I caught a 2.5-pound catfish. I caught a 4-pound striper, and then I was like, it was time to go. So overall, not being at this lake ever, I finished, I think, 66 out of 216 maybe. I was happy with that finish. I just know if I would have had a longer time the first day, I think I could have caught, you know, some more fish and stuff. But I think overall, though, if the conditions would have stayed like they were Tuesday when I found those fish, I would have had a really good chance of possibly winning the tournament, or at least coming in the top 10. But it was a fun tournament, and it was a tough tournament. But again, overall, I was pleased with my finish, especially the first season back at the Bassmasters Opens and stuff. So that's how it ended, and hope to see you the next time. And thank you very much.